and Perimeter, presented by Colton, Josh Salisbury, and Anna Marie Cantrell. Today's lesson, we'll be learning formulas for area and perimeter for rectangles. We will work example problems, and we'll learn to apply formulas in real life. This is our Common Core standard. We will apply the area and perimeter formulas for rectangles in real-world and mathematical problems. For example, find the width of a rectangular room given the area of the flooring and the length, by viewing the area formula as a multiplication equation with an unknown factor.
The first example we're going to go over today is how to find the area of a rectangle. In order to do that, you need to know this equation. The equation is area is equal to A is equal to length times width. A quick example of what the length and the width is this. The length is equal to this, and the width is equal to this. So, for example, we have this rectangle, and the width of this rectangle is 14. So this is your width, which is equal to 14. And the length is equal to this, which is 7. So, in order to find the area of this rectangle, you plug these two numbers into this equation. So you're left with area is equal to 7 times 14. And then you solve that equation, and that is your area of this. So this is what you get. And that is your basic way to find the area of a rectangle. For our next example, what if we do not know one of the sides, but we are given the area? We use the same equation that I gave you last slide, which was A is equal to length times width. But now, instead of plugging in the length and the width, you plug in with the area, which is given. So your area is equal to 48, and your width is given at the top, which is equal to 4. So we write L because that's what we're trying to find is L times 4. So now all you have to do is solve for L. So you divide this side by 4, which the 4's cancel out, and all you're left with is L. And you divide this side by 4. So when you divide that out, you get L is equal to 12.
Now, guys, we're going to learn how to find the perimeter of a rectangle. When we talk perimeter, we're talking about how we go all the way around this rectangle. Our formula for finding perimeter is 2 times the length, which in this case is 6, and 2 times the width, which is 8. So if we plug them in, we have 2 times the length, which is 6, plus 2 times our width, which is 8. And we just do the math. 2 times 6 is 12, and 2 times 8 is 16. Therefore, our perimeter is equal to 28.
You can find area and perimeter in everyday life. To find perimeter, you would find the perimeter of fencing, so how much fencing you need in a yard. You can use it to find how much baseboards you need in a house. Area, you need to find how much carpeting you need, or for painting. But today we are going to talk about area and perimeter in crafting. Okay, So I've made a craft for my friend, but I have a few more things to do before I can give it to her for Christmas. So I'm going to make a burlap border around it. So to do that, I need to know the perimeter of it. So first, I'm going to measure the sides of the figure. This side is 15.5. And this one is 15.5. So we have a square. So we need to remember that our perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. And our length for this figure was 2 times 15.5. And then our width was 15.5 also. So we're going to put that in here. And we're going to work out the rest of the math so we know how much the perimeter is. This is 31 and this is 31. So our perimeter is 62. So I will need 62 inches of burlap to go around my piece here. I still need to find the area so I can see how much Mod Podge I need to cover this to finish it up. So since the area is length times width, I can fill in that with our same numbers that we had before. 15.5 times 15.5. And that gives us 240.25. So I will need 240.25 inches squared of Mod Podge. This is just one example of how we can use area and perimeter in everyday life. You can do, like I said earlier, with yards and more housing and decor.